Okay. I see you. Morning, Kyle. Morning, Bill. What's up, Bill? Bill? What are you doing over there, Bill? What are you doing over there? Get back over there. Get back over there, Bill. Come on. Good morning, everybody. Right? Thank you, Kyle. Good morning, Captain. You just gotta make sure, right? You just gotta be like, hey, are we good? Good morning, bud. Good morning. Why am I sing-songy? Good morning, Herbie. Good morning, introvert. Shy introvert. Good morning, Brockington. Good morning. We got 14 people over here. 4 likes. I don't care. I just say numbers. I point things out. You guys take care of the rest. That's all I do. I just point things out. I'm like, hey, what's going on over here? Oh, what is that? Is it a 14 right there? Oh, look at that. That's a 7. Oh, you know what I mean? I just point things out. I'm just like, hey, why is this? You know what I mean? I don't care. It's not really a thing. It's not a thing. Maybe it could be. Hey, all right. We got double digits. Cool. Now, I lost someone. I saw someone leave right there. And it's like, hey, you know what? I liked it. You're done. I'm done. You're seeking for likes. You're hunting for likes. And I don't need that from my show today. I think I'm done. I liked it, and I gotta go. All right, thank you. Thank you for liking it, and then you gotta go. I appreciate it. Don't take your likes back, okay? Don't take your... Come on back, by the way. Come on back. Some of the analytics for the show are that the average person that visits the show, that visits whatever it is this is that we're doing right now, on average, about 8 minutes. 8 minutes. I got 8 minutes. 4.5 minutes left now for everybody that just showed up. I got 4.5 minutes. What kind of a show? I'm kidding. It's probably longer. What that means is that the people that stay for the whole hour, you make up for the people that are like, oh, it's not Pops, and they go. I'm kidding. I make these jokes. They're all jokes. Disclaimer for the rest of the show. Disclaimer, and Free and I worked on this one for the last 2 weeks. Disclaimer, because I've got more nominations coming up here. Disclaimer: if you're insulted at all, good, you're paying attention. That's the disclaimer. Okay? If I insult you at all, thank you for watching the show. If you are ever feeling as if you're being encroached upon in some kind of a funny, jokey way, cool. All right, I'll get to you. If you don't feel like that, if you've never felt ostracized at all, if you've never been alienated, if I have never worked that last nerve of yours at all, I'll get to you. Nominations. We got new nominations. We got new top 3s. Good morning. Let's just do the good mornings. Let's just do good mornings here real quick. Good morning, kid. Hold on. I've been watching scrolling time here. So we've got holy buckets. We got Brian Griga. We got Kyle Browning with the free. And we've got Matt. And we've got Clean Grow. We got Shy. Good morning to Nerd. Good morning to Herbie. Good morning to Kimberly Bolden. Good morning to Deborah Pearl. Good morning to DBS. Good morning to Laura Devine. Good morning to... Hello, Slinger. I haven't seen you. I dabbed it up with you, man. I'm here for the long burn. I appreciate that, man. Why did I read that way? It could have been... I dabbed it up with ya, B-man. I'm here for the long. I don't care. We've got Nerd Nature. We've got Calico Kid. We've got Niffer Mama. Evan McHugh. Shy Calico, Captain Dan, Clean Grove. We got Chuck Valhalla. We've got just Lord of Vine, DBS, we've got Captain Cavanaugh, we got MVP. Good morning! We've got Crystal, we've got Jackie Cat. Let's see, just everybody just saying good morning to Whiskey Tango. Alright, Michael Patterson, howdy to you. Namaste, my friend. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say? I don't know. We've got, I see the good. The good in me sees the good in, I don't know if I've got good. I've got good. Shy, never. Not if I keep reading the same names over and over. We've got Kim, we got Nefer, we got Nerd, we got Whiskey. Okay, cool. Alright. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. We have a special NFL-inspired top 3 going on today. Top 3 worst 2 words Bills fans heard over the weekend. Top 3 Bills fans. Last game was last night. Top 3 2-word sentences Bills fans never want to hear again. Top 3. Number 1. Jason Kelce. Holy crap. That dude was lit last night. That dude, beer in hand, Jason Kelce. Who is this? Someone asked. Who is this? I'm B. It says T with B. It's the title. What else am I? I'm T with B. Read the title. You clicked on the link. Who is this? Top 3. Jason Kelce. That dude jumped out of the box he was the perfectly good heated box he was sitting in, shirtless. I'm gonna go hang out with the fans. Lit. Jason Kelce. Number 2. Darvin Ham. How do you react to that? Are you like, oh yeah? Or are you like, oh no? Every time you hear Darvin Ham. I saw him on the field. He was like on special teams last night. And I was like, that's gotta be scary every time he's on the field now. And number one, these are top 3 2-word sentences the Bills fans never want to hear again. Number 1, wide right. Wide right. The first time I saw it, I thought it was wide left, and then it was wide right, and I was like, that's even better. That's even better. Sorry, Bills. Sorry, Bills. I don't know who the winner is there. I don't know who the winner is, so I kind of want to give it to Jason Kelce. I thought that was hilarious last night that he got busted out last night for just being completely lit, you know. And so there we go. Ethan, goodbye all. Bye, Ethan. So I don't know. I think that's the winner for that one, for that nomination. All right. Top 3. Who would you want? And this is going to be an interactive, all of us here. 2 missed field goals, MVP. 1, 2. I love it because, like, Collinsworth, was it Collinsworth? Who was it? It was, yeah, it was one of the, I think it was, like, Romo or something. That was, like, or who, Nance. It was Nance. That was, like, totally cursed the kicker. And I knew he cursed the kicker as soon as he said it, too. When he's like, the coach, when he goes, we asked the coach, and the coach goes, if I need a winning field goal, let's put Bass out there. care if he missed the first one. He's gonna get us the game. Nope. Nope. Wide right. Wide right. Top 3, who would you rather hang out with? And I don't know that John Cena is on this. Could be, but it's from the commercials and such. Top 3, would you rather hang out with Gronk, John Cena, or Mahomes? Who would you rather hang out? And if you're like, what's this got to do with mushrooms? Why am I thought we were having tea. Are we? No, it's got nothing to do with that. Thank God. John Cena. You would rather hang out with SpongeBob. We got the Bob Marley movie coming out, Captain Cannabinoid. It looks dumb. I gotta tell you, Bob Marley's life, it's not movie worthy, I don't think. He's an amazing artist, but he died because he didn't get his toe looked at. The prank, Cena's great. I love Cena. I think Cena, I would rather hang out with Cena. Little known, or kind of known fact, John Cena has answered and done the most what? What's John Cena done the most of? There he goes. There he goes. Does a ton of charity for kids. I choose Shy. Got it right as I was saying it. That's right. John Cena does a charity. Every kid that's like, hey man, I want to see John Cena before I have to go and like do this weird leukemia thing, or I gotta go do, some whatever it is that, I'm a kid and I'm going through it and I've been watching TV and I see this hero of mine, John Cena, just getting his ass kicked all the time, but he's a big, powerful guy and he should be able to get up and whatever, right? And so he goes, oh, it's all right, Kyle. John Cena's great. I'm just letting you know. You probably don't see him very often for a reason. I don't know. But I love him. I think he's great. I've been watching him since I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan, actually, not a wrestling fan. I don't care about wrestling. I wrestled in 8th grade. Did you know that? What? I was like, what? What? Yeah. That was kind of silly. They probably shouldn't have let me done that. I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that to the boy. Went in to get a physical. They made me go see a doctor, and they're like, you should go see a doctor first before we give you the shoes and the outfit. Okay. So I went in to see the doctor, and the doctor looks at me, and he looks at my mom, and he looks at me, and then he looks at my mom again. He goes, "Are you sure? Are you sure are you wrestling? Wrestling? You wanna wrestle?" And he looks at me and he's like, "You wanna wrestle?" And he looks at my mom again. He's like, "Are you sure?" And she looks at me and she goes, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I want to do this." I had a friend, Ben. He was trying to get me into wrestling. He's like, "Just join the wrestling team. They'll let you on there, man. You should really get into wrestling. You look like you could be a really good..." I am not a good wrestler. I should not have been on the wrestling team. But I got talked into being on the wrestling team. And so I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure, Doc." And the doc's like, "Okay." And so he gave me the okay. So I wrestled. So I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid. 8 years old, 7 years old. I watched Elizabeth. I watched Hulk and Macho Man fight over Elizabeth. And then I watched Elizabeth pick Macho Man. And I didn't like Elizabeth at all after she picked Macho Man. I didn't like Macho King. Come on. Oh, yeah, brother. You know what I mean? I love Macho Man. He's passed. God bless him. And then you got the Hulk. Can you really be a Hulk Hogan fan anymore after all of his bull crap? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I can really can you? Yeah, sure you can. You can be a wrestling fan. Ric Flair was at the game yesterday. The Buccaneers, was it yesterday? Bucks and Lions. Ric Flair, big old Bucks fan. Woo! You know what I mean? Every time you hear a woo, you think, woo! Every time there's a knife-edge chop across the chest, what does the audience do? If you're watching wrestling, you know, woo! That's the woo! It's not a knife-edge chop across the chest anymore. No, that's the woo. You know that. These are big-time players. These are big-time ubiquitous, like, wrestling's dumb. It really is. Wrestling is dumb. The storylines are cheesy. Everything is just absolutely stupid about wrestling. It really is. The South Park episode about wrestling is my second favorite episode ever of South Park. My first favorite episode of South Park is the alcoholic episode. Stan thinks he has alcoholism, and he can't stop drinking. He's not an actual alcoholic, but because they tell him he has a disease, he's like, I have a disease, Stan! I have to stop! And he's just, he's lit, he's Jason Kelsey all over the place, right? And he goes see the bleeding Virgin Mary who's bleeding from, if you've seen the episode, I love that. I think it's hilarious. One of the best episodes, my favorite of all time for South Park. Followed close by with the other one. Oh my god, I completely lost what I was saying. So, where the hell was I? Wow, I blitzed out on that. My brain blitzed out. You know what that means? It means we should probably take a dab. It means we should probably take a dab. Wrestling. We were talking about wrestling. And the fact that, like, all these wrestlers and wrestlers are like, ubiquitous. They do some... They get into the system, you know what I'm saying? Woo! Like, that's a Ric Flair thing. Why is woo? Woo! So, John Cena with the You Can't See Me. I posted a meme yesterday about that. I hate posting stupid memes like that, but that meme just got me last night about John Cena. And someone editing. Every time someone edits John Cena into a picture, I felt there was a comment on the picture that was like, I feel really dumb that I ever looked even in the first place. And I was like, you know what? Me too. Me too. That's how ubiquitous John Cena has become. So, Kyle Browning. Yeah, maybe you are a jerk. I don't know. No, you're not. You're not, Kyle. I promise. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So yeah, I would probably hang out with John Cena before I would hang out with Gronk, or before I would hang out with Mahomes. Although Mahomes would probably get me really good insurance. At least I could get that from Mahomes. I could probably, like, go get a nice insurance policy, or at least get one adjusted fairly. Top 3 Instagram disasters of this past year. Top 3 Instagram disasters of this past year. Number 1. Ron DeSantis announcing his bid for presidency. Okay. Alright. Not making any political movements or judgments, just this is all part of the these are the nominations. I'm just reading them out. Someone wrote them onto a production, handed it to me, and I'm like, alright, here we go. We're just running. Yeah, I gotta roll with these jokes, alright? They're all jokes. Maybe they're not. Top 3 Instagram. Number 2, Britney Spears. Good night on that one. Holy buckets. She came back. She came back. Which leads me to number 3, Ron DeSantis again. Top 3 Instagram disasters. Number 1, Ron DeSantis and his bid for presidency. Number 2, Britney Spears. Number 3, Ron DeSantis again. I've been notified. I've been told that there are no winners on that one. We don't have any winners. Okay. No winners for that category. Top 3 Instagram is told that there are no winners for that one. All right. And then top three things you heard a Lions player say after winning the game yesterday. Top 3 things you heard. Cashing checks and getting rings. That was from Adrian, the linebacker. We're just cashing checks and getting rings. That's all I heard. That's the only thing I heard. I laughed my ass off when I heard that. I was like, you can't cash checks and get rings when you've... This is the first time you've been this far in the playoffs, Lions, since I've been alive. You've never been this far in the playoffs. It's been the 50s since the Lions have been this far in... And yet, the NFL actually didn't exist. All jokes. All jokes. According to Caesars, morning Mike Barbell, according to Caesars, the most action last week was placed on the Lions game. That was the most action. Alright, everybody. Alright, that was silliness. Thanks, everyone. Nominations are out. We'll have more soon. My apologies to Kyle Brown. Coming up, we've got a reading coming up. We've also got the book coming up here. So let's smoke them if you got them. We'll take a break. We'll release. Republican race is coming down to kind of know who's going to be a nominee now. So that's fun. Democrats, they kind of know. They got this silly guy. He's going to be in New Hampshire trying to pick up that state. What a weird little state that is. Meanwhile, we're still in the freezer. Holy crap. Do you know how cold it was last week? Especially out here. Single digits. Single digits. Tuesday, 1 degree. Wednesday, 2 or 3 degrees. Thursday, 6 degrees. That was hot. That was a hot day. Friday, probably down to about 4 degrees. Saturday, colder. That was the coldest day. And then Sunday was a little bit warmer. And we're supposed to start melting this week. But hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you like what supposed to actually looks like. Let me show you. Actually. Yeah, that's supposed to all melt this week. Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's all stuck here forever. Come on. This stuff's never going away. Never going away. We are stuck in winter. We're here. This is it. This is what happens because of global warming. Everything's frozen. Thanks. That's what happens. Because of global warming, everything's frozen. Actually, it is, like, Boy, I'm hitting all the controversies today. We got global warming. What am I gonna start talking about? Good morning to Catzilla. Haven't seen you, and good to see you. Good morning. Outside is just a nope today. Absolutely. Better be gone by April. Exactly, Mushmouth. April? Wait, why by April? You mean March? When are we doing this get-together thing? Are we doing another get-together? Are we doing another, like, let's hope we don't piss off a fucking, excuse my language, sorry, Penny. Are we hoping we don't piss off another DA soon? Are we doing that together soon? A little mushy festal? Mush festery? Mushmouth, I enjoy you. Little around what? 420? Is that what we're doing? Are we shooting for a 420? Lake Effect Israel, by the way. MVP. Lake Effect Israel. Hi, Clean. Hi, Nipper. By the way, everybody, the stuff that I was dabbing on comes from... Oh, right, Mushmouth. Wouldn't that be dope? Wouldn't that be dope to like hang out for the eclipse? Is that on a weekend or is that on like? By the way, everybody, this is some rosin. I hope I said that right. It's rosin from Clean. If you would like to know a little bit more about this store, or talk to Cleany, or whatever about whatever you might have, that he might have, that you might need, or whatnot. Thank you, Cleany. Or whatnot. Go check out the Detroit Mush Lab. .net. TheDetroitMushLab.net. Okay, for this next part of the show, I need to know who you guys want me to read cards for. Oh, what? You guys, how am I turning this around on you guys? This doesn't make any sense. How am I going to allow this to happen? I want you guys to pick who gets the cards read today. And also, I need you guys to understand, you're picking a winner. Who's the winner? Who do you guys think needs the cards read today? Oh, now it's going to be all pick me, pick me, pick me. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I can pick one. You want me to read cards from Mahomes? I can read Patrick Mahomes' cards. Everyone's a winner here. We've got lobsters. We've got cleanies. Ooh, everyone's getting. We got Maiko. Everyone. We got Nefer. We're gonna go with the Rider-Waite Tarot. We've got Niffer says read Laura. We've got so Niffer, hold on now. We've got like 3 votes for Niffer, and then Niffer has turned her 3 votes into 3 votes for Laura. So now we've got 3 votes for Laura. I don't know. We got 3 for Niffer, 3 for Laura. What are we going here? We've got Ego. Who are we reading for here? We're reading the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's just going to be I don't know, or do you want the Pot Tarot? Whichever one. Who are we reading for? Pick a captain. We've got Laura. Have I read Laura's before? Laura, have I read yours? I don't know. Laura, have I read? Maybe one. Maybe once. I'm not sure. Read them both? No, well, I know I've read Niffer's Manifest Warmth for her. Alright, you know what, Niffer, I'm reading your cards. I'm reading your cards, Niffer. Alright, don't you dare pass that. Don't you pass it off, alright? Everybody wants me to read your cards, so let's read your card. Well, I don't want you to read my cards. I know, and that's why we're reading your cards. Now everybody's to say, let's do it. Oh, Laura, you've read mine. Okay, Laura. Laura says I have read hers, and I think I have read hers. I just can't. I don't know if it was like legit or not. So, or if I like, I might have goofed yours. I don't know if I goofed yours up. No, that was someone else. I goofed someone else's up real bad. Was that Niffer? Did I mess yours up, Niffer? Hold on. Oh, okay. We're gonna do the pot cards, and we're gonna see if we can like translate the cards without having to translate the cards. All right, Niffer. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna just do this, and then we'll get back into the philosophy book. I got a message from Scott Askey the other day. A nice message. I like getting messages. I like knowing that what I'm doing makes a little bit of sense. And I'm not saying send me messages and like pat me on the back or anything, but like it feels good sometimes to get those messages. You know, from like Derek or CCS or for Scott Askey. Scott goes, I really like the book aspect. So I gotta check my phone. This one's binging at me here. Sorry, this is really dead time. Production, don't do this. Real bad dead time here. Oh, I get it. CCS is just... CCS... Top 3 CCS messaging times that are very inappropriate. Number 1, when he knows I'm on the toilet. Number 2, after 8 or before 8. Number 3, what are you doing, CCS? Making me check my... I'm trying to read Niffer's cards here, and I'm just... Production. What goes on when Brock hosts the show? Like, is it... Who asked who I was? What... Do you guys ever have... I hear that now, CCS. I hear it. Do you hear what I hear? You know, and I'm all like, I wonder if Pops does watch my... And then some days I'm like, I'm glad he doesn't watch the show. Alright, let's see. I want everyone... I want you all to stop paying attention to the background stuff. Alright? Knock that off. It's really weird when I get messages about like, hey, do you want me to come tidy that up? No, I don't. I know exactly where everything used to be, okay? I know exactly where everything used to be. Leave it alone, okay? Alright, we're going to clean these cards instead of the room. Alright, it's been a cold week, okay? Cold! It's been a super cold week. Alright, I want you all to think about think about Niffer. Niffer, I want you to think about the cards. We're going to let these cards just... I didn't know. I've seen this before, but I think it was Allen Ginsberg who came up with the Om. There was some wackadoo back in the 60s that was like, I heard this thing. And he did it during the Democratic National Convention. We're talking politics a lot today, aren't we, Brock? Jesus, breathe. Just, can we all be friends? I don't know. You know? Yeah, I think we can. I think we're great friends. Just, I'll see you outside the polling place. You know what I mean? I don't know. No, you know what? I got your back. Just keep your stickers to yourself, all right? If you're gonna wear it on your lapel, and try and like a flower that needs to be smelled, I'm gonna tell you what it smells like, okay? If you wear it on your lapel like a flower, I'm gonna tell you what it smells like. Look at my mouth. I'm all frothing and foaming out the mouth. That's why you don't talk about politics. Alright? Really, you know, just the people that wear the I voted sticker on their shirts is like some kind of a garland or whatever. I'm not gonna tell you it smells like a sticker. It doesn't smell like victory. Alright? That's what I think about you. Whew! So aggressive. Back to tarot. Alright, Niffer Mama, let me give you my spiel. I haven't even given you my spiel. Niffer, I do a 3-card reading. I do a then, now, and later reading. Everybody's been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. You've been thinking about you. Then you don't think about you, and you think about everybody, and you think about me, and then we all think about you, and then they think about you, and then you think about you, and then this is all you. All right? Whatever the card's going to talk to you about, that's what's going to happen. Now, do we take them seriously, or do we not? I don't know. They are going to be pot cards. So, who knows, right? But I'll try and take it seriously. I'm going to try and look at the cards and make sure everything's going. I'll create like a nice little narrative, and we'll see like how many pop culture reference. We'll even see like maybe you'll end up in Alaska. I don't know. Who knows? They're trying to warm me up, and maybe you'll end up in Alaska. We'll see what the cards have to say. I might go to the book if it gets real wacky-doo. I might have to go to the book. We still don't know what's clubs or hearts or whatever the suits are for the pot. We're gonna make it all up. Just get to the freaking reading. 1, 2, 3. All right, Niffer. 1, 2, or 3. I know which one she's not gonna pick. She's not gonna pick. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Which pile, Niffer? Good morning, MDK. 1. Well, really? That's the one in my head that I was like, she's not gonna pick 1. All right. I promise you that was in my head. I was like, she's not gonna pick 1. Because everybody's been picking 2 or 3, and she picked 1. Nobody picks 3. Alright, let's get to this, Niffer. Let's just get through this. And not get through it, we'll get to this, and we'll have a little fun. And we'll make fun of each other. And hopefully I'll have to go check with HR after this and make sure that, like... Okay. Past, present, future, 3 cards, like this is the first card, Niffer, is like where you came from. This is what happened. What happened? Strength. What happened was, I Jason Kelsey'd all over the place last night. Okay, that's what that is. Strength, 1,000-milligram choco bar. That's some strong shit. Strength. Alright. Well, maybe it got misapplied. Maybe somebody else ate out of your strength. But you got some strength behind you. Alright. It's upside down. That just means it can be turned right. It's still a candy bar after all. It's still gonna do what it needs for you. You know? It's just you might have left it on the dashboard and now it's kind of melting down a little bit. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but it's still enough to get you there. Alright. I see it. Who doesn't have that little bit of strength inside you? Where you're like, I hate people. That's what it is. You have like a little bit of bitter drive going on. Where you're just like, God, I hate people. Sometimes you do things out of spite. You know what I mean? I've done things out of spite. You know what? I'm not going to get fired. Because I fucking hate this place. I've done that. Pardon my language again, Penny. Okay. You're working out of spite. You're surviving. You're champion out of spite. You've ever worked at a place where you're like, they're going to have to fire me. I will never, I can't believe I work here. There's no way I'm going to give them the satisfaction of me walking out. They're going to have to fire me. That's what this is. That's that kind of strength. That's that kind of drive. You know what? Maybe you just kind of quit your job and go put that kind of like drive into another aspect of your life. Or a new job. Instead of working for... I've done that. And it's hard to live like that. So, a little bitter chocolate. Just chocolate's a little bitter. Get that bitterness out of your system, Niffer. Niffer Mom is the least bitter person I've ever met in my entire life, by the way. Alright? She is like... What do you mean an earthquake happened? Wow, wasn't that quite the roller coaster? Like, that's the kind of lady that Niffer Mama is. Like, she's like, oh, she can't say my name correctly? That's my name! Say it correctly now! You know what I mean? Like, that's the least bitter person I know. Someone says, I'm bittersweet, Mike. Oh, you're cute. Yes, you are. Alright. So she's worked that out, apparently. Let's see where she's at now. Let's work that bitter chocolate out of your system. That bitter drive. Let's see what happened. King of joints. King of joints. Let's see. Who is the king of joints? King of joints. King of joints. Gee. If only there was some aspect of Niffer Mama's life associated with the king of joints. If only maybe someone that's good at handing out free shit because he's got it on layaway. That doesn't make any sense. If only these cards didn't start telling the truth a little bit today. If only Hi, Clean Girl. How you doing? Check out thedetroitmushlab.net for, it's a reverse king of joints. He's a little on the hot, you know what I'm saying? So go check out thedetroitmushlab.net. I didn't know we were going to do advertising through the tarot reading. That's the first time we've ever done advertising. I didn't know that. That's neat. That's why it's upside down. We're subverting the process a little bit. That's what it is. We're just, maybe I'm not maybe I, kind of, don't call me king of joints. You just roll them up yourself, Just here, you know what? That's all you gotta do. Just smoke the stuff. Don't keep it. Smoke it. Okay. That's both of them. Don't keep it. Smoke it. We got more, yo. Smoke it. That's what he's like. Dude, just smoke it more. I got more. Here. All you gotta do is just smoke it. Pass it out. I got more. I'm done smoking this shit myself. And he's on the low key. With the Niffer. If only you take the bitterness out of your life and you start working around the system of don't smoke, don't hold it, don't hold it in, blow it out, smoke another one. Okay, I get it. If only there was some reason that these cards need to stop talking, which leads us to, what's the third card? I swear to God, what's the third card? What kind? This is the truth here. We've got Niffer, we've got Clean Girl. I didn't know. We've got the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of pipes. And it looks like there's nugs for days. And it looks like they're all available. Everything's loaded up and ready to go. It's party time is what this looks like. Let me show you this card. Because I think, and it's upside down because it should be, that's a party card. So here's where we've come from. We got bitter strength going on. We got some bitter chocolates going on, but it's still doing it. You're still driving it. Still working with it, but you got past it. You're like, you know what? They're gonna have to fire me. And they didn't. And they didn't fire you. And you know what happened? Because you didn't get fired, because your brain didn't all right, I gotta go. No, instead, you're like, all right, I guess I'm gonna hook up with, we got donuts. Oh, Hold on, donuts. We'll get the donuts. Donuts means you have to come back on Friday. Let me get you on the wheel. I wish we could do a giveaway, but we don't have a really giveaway today other than just doing the card. So we've gone from living in a bitter way to now, don't keep it, don't smoke it, there's more. Niffer and Cleany have like created this like, don't keep it, we got more. Let us know, we'll send it, we'll get it out. Leading to a card that like upside down looks like the right side up, looks like a party. And if I know two party animals, I gotta tell you, Cleany, telling better stories than me, Niffer, making sure everyone's got water. It was Niffer, Penny, and Carlotta, and a little bit of Carrie, and CCS. No, I'm kidding. CCS was like, he was tore out of his mind the entire time. But like, that dude, man, he was lemon teching everybody out. Yeah, that dude was, I didn't know you could do baking soda and shrooms, but you know, that's what CCS was trying to figure out. Can you add bacon? I'm kidding, CCS. I'm really kidding. But like, just party animal, just live that party life. Smoke them because you got it. Alright? And I love it. Thanks for letting me read your cards. Niffer, I hope that made sense. I hope everyone had a little bit of fun with that. A little bit different than top 3 this morning. Kyle. I'm kidding, Kyle. I'm kidding. So, pot tarot cards sent to me from notifications. From Notification Boy, CCS. Oh, we're gonna dab it up real quick. Hold on, we're gonna dab it up. We're gonna dibble dabble. We're gonna do a 3-dab. We're gonna do a triple dipper. We're gonna do a true dibble dabble. Dibble dabble dab. There we go. And then we'll get into the philosophy book. Let me take a drink. Speaking of taking a drink, it has been over a year since I think the last time I had a beer. That's really cool. I think the last time I had a beer or something to drink was like maybe like a New Year's dinner last year. I think I got like a Moscow Mule because someone else got a Moscow. I was like, man, I would like a Moscow. And I drank the thing and it got me all like, I didn't get loopy or anything, but I was like, there's alcohol in that. That's neat. But I keep seeing these like dry January challenges on the news, and I keep telling myself stop watching the news. But Moscow Mules, no, they're great. CCS. He says they are amazing. Who got the donuts, by the way? Charles Ray, Chucky Ray. Let me write this down. Chucky Ray. Charles Ray. No, that was did we Mushmouth? No, that was. I did. Listen to me. No. I did. Oh, I did, Mushmouth. Oh, I forgot about that. At the bar, where I thought it was going to be the really pretty drink, and it turned out it was like the slush drink. You're right. Gosh darn it, Mushmouth. Charles Ray. We got donuts for. Look at me talking out of my ass. That's what Mushmouth just did to me. Hey man, no, you got hammered at the bar that one time, remember? And then I was like, oh man. Thanks, guy. Thank you. No, he's keeping it real. I was like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm doing all right with my life. No, I'm not. No, apparently I wasn't. Apparently, no, you're fine, Mushman. This is all funny. I love it. No, it's really funny. Charles Ray. Charles, are you there? Can I get a high five for Charles? Let's give him some emotes from Charles Ray. I'm going to send your name to Pops, and we're going to get you on the wheel. The wheel? What? It's the wheel. Charles Ray, Chucky, what's the Ellington? I love it. It's all right, Mush. You're great. The mead bar. Leave me alone. Walked into this beautiful rant, had a beautiful meeting. High exception. It was great. Charles Ray? Good morning. And right this time at Mush Camp. Gosh darn it. Who doesn't have issues with this stuff, right? I'm a binger. Definitely I'm a binger. And so, like, maybe that's why I didn't think of it. That's why I didn't remember it much, because it was just one beer. Or just one drink. Streety paid for it. Thank you, for that. For the drink, by the way, I guess. It was a cool, like, nice little bar. It was me, Mushmouth, Streety, and Free, and Exception was somewhere. She was at another place. There's another guy there. We had some other people there, and alright. Charles Ray Merritt. Alright, Charles Ray Merritt. Charlie Ray Merritt. There we go, Charlie Ray. Okay, Charlie Ray. Come back on Friday, and we're gonna get you on the board, the wheel for Pops. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna spin, and like people that are on the wheel can win prizes or whatnot. I'm gonna read a little bit out of this book that we've been reading. Called The Philosophy Book. Big Ideas Simply Explained. Big Ideas Simply Explained. And so this next idea that we're going to get into is hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. Okay? Philosophy. I really like reading this book. We've been reading this book for a few weeks. I gotta make sure I check it back out from the library, or at least buy it. I gotta eventually just buy this as a thing. The library says it's a $26. I got $26. I'm gonna buy this book eventually, so I don't have to keep checking it out. But the library says I saved $26 by just checking it out from the library. So anyhow, I gotta take this back this week, but we'll get through it. This next one's called Hold Faithfulness and Sincerity as First Principles. And we're trying to go front to back, learn philosophy through the history of it all. So like in a hopefully one by one way, we'll see like how philosophy builds upon itself. And then we can build upon ourselves. Yeah. So, this is from Confucius. Confucius said, hold faithfulness and sincerity as your first principles. Let's read why. I didn't even dibble dabble. You're right. I don't care. From 770 to 2020 BCE, China enjoyed an era of great cultural development, and the philosophies that emerged at this time were known as the 100 Schools of Thought. By the 6th century BCE, the Zhou dynasty was in, or Zhou, Z-H-O-U, Zhou, Chao, dynasty was in decline, moving from the stability of the spring and autumn period to the aptly named Warring States period. Okay. And it was during this time that Confucius, the Master Kong, or Confucius, was born. Confucius' name is actually Confucius. Like other philosophers of the age, such as Thales, Pythagoras, and Heraclitus of Greece, Confucius sought constants in a world of change, and for him, this meant a search for moral values that could enable rulers to govern justly. Okay. People need to be ruled. Let's figure out how to do it right. The Analects. Unlike many of the early Chinese philosophers, Confucius looked to the past for his inspiration. He was conservative by nature and had a great respect for ritual and ancestor worship, both of which were maintained by the Zhou dynasty, whose rulers received authority from the gods via the so-called heavenly mandate. Back in China, the heavenly mandate in China and Japan, even in Europe, the heavenly mandate where it's like we're rulers from God. We can do whatever we want because we are sent by God. Like we're just doing what God tells us. We don't know what God says. You can't even read or write. That's why we're kings. The heavenly mandate. A rigid social hierarchy existed in China, but Confucius was part of a new class of scholars who acted as advisors to the courts. In effect, a class of civil servants. And they achieved their status not through inheritance, but by merit, more or less. It was Confucius's integration of the old ideals with the emerging meritocracy that produced the unique new moral philosophy. The main source we have for the teachings of Confucius is the Analects, a collection of fragments of his writings and sayings compiled by his disciples. Way back in the way back, it was all, if you didn't have disciples, you weren't Confucius or Pythagoras or Jesus. It is primarily a political treatise made up of aphorisms and anecdotes that form a rule book for good government. But his use of the word junzi, literally gentleman, to denote a superior virtuous man indicates that his concerns were as much social as political. Indeed, many passages of the Analects read like a book of etiquette. But to see the Analects as merely a social or political treatise is to miss its central point. At its heart lies a comprehensive ethical system. The virtuous life. Before the appearance of the 100 schools of thought, the world had been explained by mythology and religion, and power and moral authority were generally accepted to be God-given. Confucius is pointedly silent about the gods, but he often refers to Tian, or heaven, as the source of moral order. According to the Analects, we humans are the agents that heaven has chosen to embody its will and to unite the world with the moral order. We are made in God's image. An idea that was in line with traditional Chinese thinking. Okay, we're made in their image. What breaks with tradition, however, is Confucius's belief that de, or virtue, is not something heaven sent for the ruling classes, but something that can be cultivated. We can all be gentlemen, and cultivated by anyone. Having himself risen to be a minister of the Zhao court, he believed that it was a duty of the middle classes, as well as the rulers, to strive to act with virtue and benevolence to achieve a just and stable society. Confucius believed in trickle-down virtue, If we're virtuous, everyone else below us will be virtuous too. Okay. Trickle down virtual comedy. To reconcile the fact that society was a rigid class system with his belief that all men can receive the blessing of the heavenly mandate, Confucius argues that the virtuous man is not simply one who stands at the top of the social hierarchy, trickle-down virtuosity, but one who understands his place within that hierarchy and embraces it to the full. You're going to get your virtue. Just let the rest of it drop off of you. And to define the various means of acting in accordance with day or virtue, he turns to traditional Chinese values. Loyalty, zhong, chao, translates to filial piety, li, or ritual propriety. If you're going to pray to God, pray it the right way. And shu, reciprocity. One hand pats my back, I'll pat someone else's back, and we'll keep this going. The person who sincerely observes these values, Confucius called junzi, the gentleman or superior man, or lady, whichever, by which he means a man of virtue, learning, and good manners. Virtue, learning, and good manners. The values of day had evolved within the ruling classes, but had become little more than empty gestures in the disintegrating world of the Zhao dynasty. Confucius, we got another section going on. It's a long Monday. Sorry, no sorries, but still got a long way to go. Tried to persuade the rulers to return to these ideals. Because they were probably just like, I want this because I am this. And they just did that. You know what I mean? And Confucius is like, no, you got to be better than this in order to do that. To restore a just government. But he also believes in the power of benevolence, arguing that ruling by example rather than by fear would inspire the people to follow a similarly virtuous life. The same principle, he believes, should govern personal relationships. It's kind of like the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay. Loyalty and ritual. In his analysis of relationships, Confucius uses zhong, the virtue of loyalty, as a guiding principle. To begin with, he stresses the importance of the loyalty of a minister to his sovereign, then shows that a similar minister to his sovereign, he's a minister, and he kind of like, hey, where can I minister at, sovereign? And he's like, so you got to be a little loyal to your sovereign who's letting you be a minister to wherever you want to go minister stuff. All right, so minister to a sovereign, then shows that a similar relation holds between a father and son, husband and wife, elder brother and younger brother, and between friends. The order in which he arranges these is significant. Political loyalty first, then family and clan, then friends and strangers. Remember, in America, we always say God, flag, country, or God, flag, family. God, flag, family. It's always God, flag, family. So that's the first instance of God, flag, family. For Confucius, this hierarchy reflects the fact that each person should know his his station in society as a whole. You ain't no flag, you ain't no God, but you are my family. As well as his place in the family and the clan. But you're kind of my little brother. This aspect of knowing one's station is exemplified by zhao, or filial piety, which for Confucius was much more than just respect for one's parents or elders. In fact, this is the closest he gets to religious ideas in the Analects, for zhao is connected to the traditional practice of ancestor worship. Above all, Chao reinforced the relationship of inferior to superior. We have positions. It's a caste system. don't believe in this caste system stuff. We worked out past all this. This is ancient philosophy, so don't hold this to be like, oh yeah, he's brought spouting their goodness here. No, this is still caste system bullshit. So this is we worked past this stuff. Alright? It's in his insistence on Li, or ritual propriety, that Confucius is at his most conservative. Li did not simply refer to rituals such as ancestor worship, but also to the social norms that underpinned every aspect of contemporary Chinese life. The memes of life. These range from ceremonies such as marriages, funerals, and sacrifices, to the etiquette of receiving gifts and guests, presenting gifts, and the simple everyday gestures of politeness, such as bowing and using the correct mode of address. These are, according to Confucius, the outward signs of an inner day, the memes of life, but only when they are performed with sincerity, which he considers to be the way of heaven. Through the outward show of loyalty with inner sincerity, the superior man can transform society. If I'm sincerely an asshole, everyone else around me will be better for it. For Confucius, society can be changed by example. As he writes, sincerity becomes apparent. From being apparent, it becomes manifest. From being manifest, it becomes brilliant. Brilliant, it affects others. Affecting others, they are changed. Okay. They are changed by it. Changed by it, they are transformed by it. They are transformed. Only he who is possessed of the most complete sincerity that can exist under heaven can transform. Alright. So if I'm a jerk, I'm treating other people in a way that either they want to be a bigger jerk too, or they want to stop being treated by a jerk. And so and if I'm a jerk bigger and louder enough, then they'll act bigger and louder enough, and we'll all just kind of act brilliantly enough to want to change and act. What? Is least conservative. And he explains that the process of both ways. Oh, okay. So if I'm a big enough jerk, someone's going to come around and tell me I'm a big jerk. The concept of zhong also has an implication of regard for others. I got there. See what I did? He took the view that one can learn to become a superior man by first recognizing what one does not know. An idea echoed a century later by the Greek philosopher Socrates, who claimed that his wisdom lay in accepting that he knew nothing. Socrates. If they show virtue, try to become their equal. If they are inferior, be their guide. Oh, alright, so that's what you do when someone says something stupid around you. You don't call them, you call them stupid, but you teach them too. Self-reflection. This notion of zhong, as a regard for others, is also tied to the last of the Confucian values of day. Shu, reciprocity, or self-reflection, which should govern our actions toward others. The so-called golden rule. I gotta read ahead. I gotta read ahead so it doesn't seem like I'm making all this up, and then I really gotta start reading ahead on these things. Do as you would be done by appears in Confucianism as a negative. So instead of do unto others as you would have done to you, it says do unto others so that they don't do unto you. What you do not desire for yourself, do not do to others. The difference is subtle, but crucial. Confucius does not prescribe what to do, only what not to do, emphasizing restraint rather than action. This implies modesty and humility, values traditionally held in high regard in Chinese society, and which for Confucius expresses our true nature. Fostering these values is a form of loyalty to oneself and another kind of sincerity. Confucianism. Confucius had little success in persuading contemporary rulers to adopt his ideas in government. Hey man, if you're just cool to the people, they'll be cool to you. And the ruler's like, whatever, dude, I'm the king. And turned his attention to teaching. Kings, I'm going to teach everyone else. Meiji, or Mencius, continued to anthologize and expand on his writings, which survived the repressive Qin dynasty and inspired a revival of Confucianism in the Han dynasty of the early Common Era. From then on, the impact of Confucius's ideas was profound, inspiring almost every aspect of Chinese society, from administration to politics and philosophy. The major religions of Taoism and Buddhism had also been flourishing in Confucius's time, replacing traditional beliefs. And although Confucius offered no opinion on them, remaining silent about the gods, he nevertheless influenced aspects of both new faiths. The Neo-Confucian school revitalized the movement in the 9th century and reached its peak in the 12th century when its influence was felt across Southeast Asia into Korea and Japan. Although Jesuit missionaries brought back Confucius' ideas to Europe and Latinized his idea to Confucius in the 16th century. Alright, so we didn't have Confucius really until 16th century Latinization. Confucianism was alien to European thought and had limited influence until translations of his work appeared in the late 17th century. Took a while for us to learn about this stuff. Despite the fall of Imperial China in 1911, Confucian ideas continued to form the basis of many Chinese moral and social conventions, even if they were officially frowned upon. In recent years, the People's Republic of China has shown a renewed interest in Confucius, integrating the ideas with both modern Chinese thought and Western philosophy, creating a hybrid philosophy known as New Confucianism. I'll be damned. Confucianism. Who knew? I didn't. It was a long, 20-minute long run there. Thanks for letting me read that book there, guys. Should have read ahead. Thanks for sticking it out with me. Charlie Ray Merritt. Let me make sure to get your name. Charles Ray Merritt, Merritt. Come back Friday. Get you on the wheel. You're confused about Confucianism. If you know your role, The Rock. If you want to know the best modern day Confucianism is, know your role. Jabroni, if you're a jabroni, be a jabroni. That's Confucianism. Let's know your role. Ayn Rand would come around and bastardize with the idea with objectivity. Which is the idea that we're all part of a system. And if you work your way out of that part of being in that system, you're just going to ruin the system. So know your role. Confucianism is it's like a it's a weird little. It's not something you can probably like westernize your way into, without kind of like looking past some of the things that Confucianism talks about, which is there is kind of a caste thing, and it's kind of like trickle down virtuosity. So a lot of these like moral systems have those little kinks in the in everything. If you really want to believe in it, you gotta believe in some weird things, you know. Transubstantiation, you know, for Catholicism, is it one of those weird things where you're like, I don't know if that works, but so trickle down virtuosity. So, all right, whew. Maybe we'll be the next one. The next one is it's like a one pager. We'll get through it quick next week, and maybe we'll get through more cards, and thanks for letting me host your Mondays, everybody. Hopefully Charles Ray, we'll get him on the wheel. Maybe he'll come back tomorrow. I don't know. Donuts. Thanks for the donuts. Thanks everyone for sticking it out with me. Let's dibble dabble this one. Let's dibble dabble on this one. And we'll dibble dabble out. Alright. Move the chair here. Super glad you all are here. Super glad that we could have a wacky day together. Thank you to CCS for messaging me during the show. Making me think there was like, I thought maybe it would have been, but I thought it was Pops. Like, dude, you gotta lay off the nominations. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna lay off the nominations. Seriously, Britney Spears, right? Come on, wow. Apologies to Penny for the 2 times that I used the F word today. She'll send me a invoice for having to pay her. We've got it worked up to $98.32 for every F word. So I owe her $196.64. Sorry about that. Don't we won't work any. I won't take it out of the donation plate. It'll actually come out of. No donations are harmed in paying off those debts. So, let's see. Anything else before we get into the goodbyes? Anything else before we scroll out? No? Let's scroll out of here, guys. Let's scroll out. Let's get out of here. Kyle, I want to thank you for Kyle for letting me grant to Kyle. You should watch a little more wrestling. As hell, but I love it. Calico Kid, bye. Brian, have a great one. You missed Pops today. Brian, you need to start watching Monday a little more often. Have a great day, Crystal, Bill, Michael Patterson. We've got Herbie. We got Michael, MDK, Mike Barabel. We've got Jesus Christ. Take care. Take care of you. Bud, have a great day. Laura Devine, Deborah Pearl, Danny Singleton. Jesus Christ. I didn't even see Jesus Christ come in. Charlie Ray, have an eventful day. You as well, my friend. Clean Girl, thank you for showing here. Good job for being here for the first day. And for sticking around. You stuck around for the whole show? And your first day here? Man, I apologize. It gets better, I promise. Evan, have a great day. Clean Girl, love, peace, and butt grease. Bell with the emotes. Mushmouth, love you, brother. Free the Ancient Ones, have a great day. If you grab an ass and ass gets grabbed back, that, Kylie, Free, you're gonna get me. Gosh damn it. Kylie, much love to everyone. Hi, Kylie. Catzilla, have a great day. Scott Kirky, have a good day. Love Slinger. Nerd Nature, love you. Michael Patterson, Free the ancient ones. Love you. MDK with the emotes. Kyle Brennan. Love you, right? I love you too, man. CCS with the LOL. Captain. Shy with the have a great day. And the Love Singer have a divine day. And with the Lady K, have a great day. We got Kyle Brandon, love you, CCS, Nerdy Nation, Mark Brown, Michael Allen, CCS, Love Singer, Love Wild, Mike Burbo, Kylie, and Niffer. Goodness. Yeah, right? Free? Come on. I see what it is. It's a game. It's a game between all of you. It's all like, how can we get him just riled up? Just riled up. Right before the end of the show. Well, you can get me to say, grab an ass and ask gets crap back. That's what you can do. Thanks, Free. Thanks for doing that to me. Remember, if you give a hug, you get a hug back. Keep that in mind, everybody, today. If you give a hug, you get one back. Alright? And I don't mean like if you latch around someone's leg. Like if you hold on to someone's leg, you're just going to get the leg. That's not a hug, okay? Stop latching on the legs. Get a hug. Don't give you a hug back. I mean, if you want to latch onto the leg, I get it, you know, like that's where like you kind of want to be there. It's like, I don't know. Get off of Britney Spears' legs. You leave those legs alone, okay? It looks nice. What am I doing? Love you guys.